Welcome to the Great Australian Letdown, where promises are as empty as your bank account after rent week. Let's start with the basics. Albo's government loves to spruik its wins like they're handing out gold medals. A 3.5% wage rise for minimum wage workers? Sounds nice, until you realize inflation's nibbling away at 2.1%, leaving you with a real increase that wouldn't cover a flat white at your local cafe. Eggs are pushing $9 a dozen. Petrol's got you remortgaging your car, and rent? Don't even start. The average Aussie renter's forking out half their pay just to keep a roof over their head. And what's Albo's big fix? A $150 energy rebate. Mate, that's not relief. That's a Band-Aid on a broken leg. It's like your boss giving you a $5 Kohl's voucher and saying, "Cheers, you're rich now." But it's not just the cost of living that's got us choking. Housing, our so-called birthright, has turned into a cruel game of Monopoly where foreign investors hold all the hotels. Sydney's median house price is creeping towards $1.3 million. You'd need to skip smashed Avu for a century to scrape together a deposit. Albo's response: chuck $10,000 at construction apprentices and call it a day. Brilliant. More trod eyes, sure, but where are they building? Not for you or me. They're hammering away on luxury apartments for offshore buyers, while first-home hopefuls are stuck sharing a 3-bedroom with 5 mates. This isn't policy, it's a photo op with a hard hat. And don't get me started on the superannuation stitch-up. Albo's got this bright idea to tax unrealized gains. That's right. Own something that goes up in value. Pay up, even if you haven't sold it. It's like getting a bill for a car you're just thinking about buying. Even Paul Keating, the guy who invented super, is out there calling it a mugging of Middle Australia. But Albo? He just shrugs, mumbles something about fairness, and moves on to his next TV hit. Meanwhile, young Aussies are giving up on retirement dreams altogether. Why save for a future when the government's already got its hand in your pocket? Then there's the international stage, where Albo's playing checkers while the world's on a chessboard. He's dodged a proper sit-down with Donald Trump like it's a game of hide-and-seek. Instead, he sends Penny Wong to Quad meetings to chat with foreign ministers while he stays home, banging on about cost of living relief that's about as useful as a screen door on a submarine. Trump's influence could have meant trade deals, stronger alliances, maybe even a bit of respect for Australia globally. But no, Albo's too busy juggling summit schedules and hoping a G20 photo op will make him look like a statesman. Spoiler, it doesn't. To the world, we're just a quarry with a nice accent. Dig up our resources, pat us on the head, and move on. Now, let's talk defense. Albo loves waving around the AUKUS deal like it's his personal masterpiece. $368 billion for submarines we won't see until Gen Alpha's running the show. That's money that could fix crumbling hospitals, hire nurses, or keep schools from falling apart. But nah, we're sorted. Our grandkids will love those subs, assuming they arrive before the seas boil over. And the defense budget? We're limping along at 2% of GDP, while allies like the UK push for 3% and NATO's whispering 5%. It's like rocking up to a firefight with a water pistol. Albo calls it strategic investment. I call it's a blank check with a side of accountability, but the real kicker is the vibe. Albo's government isn't leading, it's performing. Every press conference is a masterclass in dodging. Ask him about the housing crisis, and you get a lecture on apprenticeships. Question the super tax, and he pivots to paid parental leave like it's the second coming. Mate, it's great that parents get super on leave, but it doesn't help when you're sofa surfing because rent's eaten your soul. He's not answering. He's auditioning. A career politician trained to smile through scandals and spin through failures. And we're the audience, expected to clap like seals for every half-baked policy. Take the indigenous voice to Parliament. Albo sold it as a game changer, a moment to bridge divides. What we got was a muddled campaign, zero clarity, and a referendum that left the nation more divided than ever. Indigenous communities are still grappling with the same old poverty, health gaps, despair, while Albo dusts his hands and moves on to the next historic announcement. It's not leadership. It's a LinkedIn post pretending to be governance. And here's the worst part. We're letting it happen. Because Albo's trained us to expect so little. A wage bump that doesn't keep up with inflation? Groundbreaking. A $20,000 asset write-off for small businesses drowning in debt? Revolutionary. We're so starved for good news, we're treating table scraps like a feast. But deep down, you know it. You're not better off. Your rent's up, your bills are feral, and your dreams, home, family, security, are fading faster than Albo's foreign policy cred. Unemployment might be low, but gig work and casual contracts mean half the country's one missed shift away from disaster. And while we're scraping by, Albo's sipping taxpayer-funded Pinot in Canberra, telling us to be grateful for the crumbs.so. What's the fix? It's not about swapping one suit for another. It's about demanding more guts, vision, actual reform. A government that fights for Aussies, not photo ops. One that tackles housing by clamping down on foreign buyers, not by throwing pocket change at the problem. One that invests in health, education, and jobs, not submarines we can't afford. One that stops taxing your future to pay for its present. We're not livestock to be herded. We're citizens. And it's time we stopped swallowing the spin and started asking why our leaders keep selling us short. Because if Albo's the best we've got, maybe the system itself's knackered.